We welcome in the Raider Nation, JT, along with the finalists for the Pro Football Hall of Fame, Eric Allen. We're excited to be here today for the Pete Carroll, John Spytek introductory press conference coming up here in a little bit. A lot of excitement in the building today.
Yeah, you have to have some excitement. Coach Pete, all across the world, all across the nation, we know his energy level is extremely high. And happy for Raider Nation that they have someone in the building that each week, whoever that coach is on the opposite sideline, Pete's probably beat that guy before. So excited about Pete joining the Silver and Black Nation.
Really important time as the Raiders look to build the roster, get ready for the draft. The Senior Bowl is going on now. Free agency. But first, this is a monumental day considering the coaches that have been here before Pete Carroll in the history of this franchise. And we can't wait to talk to him because his energy level is next level.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure he has some Al Davis stories. You know, he's been in the game long enough to have to battle those Raider football teams, and that's always thrilling and exciting to hear how these coaches who have so much history, so much success, how they feel about the great Al Davis.
This is going to be interesting, too, because this happened pretty quickly.
Yeah.
A lot of coaches, we talked about the coaching carousel. Other coaches are being introduced also today. But for Pete Carroll, he brings in a level of gravitas, a level of respect around the league. And it's going to be really interesting to see how him and John Spytek work together because John Spytek's got a really good reputation over the last couple of years here as being the next young executive in the waiting. So he gets an opportunity of a lifetime. And then just to wonder what Pete Carroll's going to look like on the sideline with the silver and black, with that high energy. We can't wait for that.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what he likes about the field, the players on the football field, what he doesn't like, how that kind of blends into what he wants to bring each and every day. And what he emphasizes is going to be incredibly important. I mean, when we talk about football today, we know that the tackling style has changed. A big part of that was Pete Carroll. I remember back in high school when my boys were going to high school, we had to change our tackling techniques. And right away, we went to the film, and Pete had a whole coaching clinic of his coaches and his players having this new tackling technique, and we adopted that in high school maybe like 7-8 years ago. That just shows you the impact that he's had on the game of football. And now everyone is basically tackling the way that Coach Carroll had perfected and performed in Seattle.
Yeah, I love Pete's coaching style. If you look over the years in Seattle, the Legion of Boom, and the way they played defense, the signature defense at that time for close to a decade. There was a lot of good football teams back then, but when you thought of the NFC West, and Pete Carroll, and look at his history here of all the teams he's worked for, also an executive. His defenses were always nasty. They had a swagger. They were oversized in the secondary, big safeties and corners, and they were great tacklers, as you said.
Yeah, and you look at all of those coaching stops, one thing you notice is there was always a really good secondary there, whether it was the big Seattle group who played with this physical presence with those two big safeties, the Vikings with the two corners they had in those mid to late 80s. The Jets, of course, having some good ball players. I remember Eric McMillan was a draft choice who went to the Jets like in 88, 89. It was a tremendous player, like a dual kind of DB. He played a little bit of safety, a little bit of nickel. So Pete has been around some very successful defenses, and I think his hallmark is really loading and building, I should say, a defense from back to forward. There's many coaches, as you know, Buddy Ryan, on one hand, he builds his defense from front to back. Pete is one guy who really puts a lot of emphasis on that secondary, those safeties, those corners. So really interested to see what he likes about our secondary.
What I like also is the way his quarterbacks have developed. You could say they overachieved in a good way. Russell Wilson comes in as a third-round pick, and he ends up starting, and he has I think, Hall of Fame legacy and has a great career. And then even Geno Smith, who is a career backup, takes it to the next level. He's a 4,000-yard guy. So as much as he is big time on the defensive side of the ball, he always made sure that his quarterbacks were highly competitive. He didn't hurt the football team, stressing lack of turnovers and playing smart football.
Yeah, and that's one of the things, we want to know.
Yeah.
And how do you adjust as a coach in this league when you had so much success, but where you're coming into, you have a division where they have amazing coaches, great quarterbacks. What are you going to do to compete? And we talk about and we hear about that a lot
with Coach Carroll is the competition in practice in the games. It'll be interesting to see how he gets a quarterback and how that quarterback develops in our system like he has been able to do in previous stops.
As we're going to take a look at a live shot, also get an idea of what's happening. The media is in attendance today, and this is a big day. As you can see, the three Lombardis are out there. The room is packed downstairs, and we'll have an opportunity to sit down exclusively with Pete Carroll and John Spytek when they're done with the press conference. We got a lot of other guests coming up in my regularly scheduled slot from noon to 2 on Raider Nation Radio. And just to sit back and watch this, because there are changes that happen, and we wish the former coach and GM well. They worked hard to try to bring a winner back to this program here. But we're at a time now where Pete Carroll coming in is a next-level hire. And when people around the league saw this move, the age thing doesn't bother me at all. It shouldn't bother anybody. They say 73, he'll be 74 during the season. The energy level is that of someone in their 40s or 50s, and that's not going to slow down. And I really believe, we're going to ask him about this throughout the time, maybe not in our first interview, but this is a legacy play for him. I think he's already in the Pro Football Hall of Fame with his accomplishments. Should have had 2 Super Bowls. He has one. What if this is the cherry on the top? What if this is him bringing the Raiders back to where they need to be, a perennial playoff team, taking a shot at the Super Bowl? He's not coming in here for a rebuild and looking at something long-term. He's here to fix this and win. This guy's a winner.
Yeah, he is. And in the locker room and on the football field, I think he's going to be aided by what AP was able to do. As far as that the culture is concerned, I think the guys are there. They understand what this brand is about and how they should act and react to certain situations. I think he's doing a great job, the locker room job that Antonio Pierce and the past coaching staff did. So he's going to be a plus in that situation. Not going to be hard to sell what he's preaching. On the other hand, I really think Pete, when he steps on the football field, has a sense of respect from everyone around the league. Something that the young coaches, even Ben Johnson, who's going to Chicago, he's going to have to prove that. We have a guy who's already proved that on all types of levels. And I agree with you. I think he's a Hall of Fame coach. And this is an opportunity like it has been, since the beginning of the Raiders, to really give that player or that coach who's maybe had some bumps and hurdles an opportunity to get here and really explode off the foundation that this organization is built off of. And I think we're really excited about this and hopefully able to add another picture to those coaching legacies that are here. And I think he is the perfect person for this situation to take over from AP and what he has built, and hopefully Coach Carroll can finish the job.
Let's take a look at the John Spytek resume as he comes in to take over this position here, going back to the Eagles.
Yeah.
And then the Browns, the Broncos, there was a Super Bowl championship there and also one with Tampa Bay. So he's been a part of 2 Super Bowl champions, but when he became the VP of player personnel in 21-22 before the assistant general manager, he kind of put together that second Super Bowl team for Tampa Bay, led by Tom Brady. He goes back to Tom Brady for their years at Michigan.
Yeah, and you look at that, the beginning and the end are really critical in how you're formed. Like what you're being fed every single day when you're with the Philadelphia Eagles, and the past 10 to 15 years, their roster has been full of just impactful, important football players. And then to end that before he got here to Tampa, same thing. You look at that roster, from secondary, linemen, quarterback, they always have players that are going to have an impact on Sunday. So those are things that, hey, he was built the right way. He was able to learn from a lot of good personnel people and hopefully get it done here with the Raiders.
Okay, we're going to go live to the press conference.
Here to introduce the general manager of the Las Vegas Raiders, John Spytek. John, please come on in.
I feel like Mark's just going to be firing a bunch of GMs.
Carroll.
He's going to be rinse, recycle, repeat. We need a new owner at this point.
I'm going to have some things to say afterwards, but right now I'm going to let you get to these guys and learn about what the future of the Raiders holds for us.
Yeah, step up on stage and take a quick photo op. We'll be fine.
Yeah. Quiet in here.
Pick it up.
All right. Let me just introduce you. Yeah. Also, I'd like to introduce the families of John's wife, Kristen. Here they are, and Jack and Tom. Thank you. And then, of course, Pete's wife, Glenna, is also here. I want to welcome them to the Raider family, and let's go.
We'll begin with some opening remarks from General Manager John Spytek, followed by Head Coach Pete Carroll, and then we'll open it up for questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Mark, for the introduction. I cannot express how grateful and excited I am to be here, to be given this opportunity, to be a part of an iconic cornerstone franchise like this. So just a dream come true for me, with many dreams still out in the future to get accomplished. This isn't the final goal, but this was certainly one of my career goals, and just so grateful for the time, the belief in me, and Coach Carroll to do our thing and make this organization proud. I want to thank everybody for coming today as well. The support is awesome. It means a lot to see so many people here. They've seen some familiar faces, and I can't wait to get to all know you all better and work hand in hand with all of you. So I want to thank the interview group as well. It was a tremendous experience sitting in front of those people, having them answer questions, having them throw questions at me, having them challenge me, to have their belief as well along with Mark's is just something that is empowering. It gives me confidence, and I feel that they made a great decision, so I couldn't be more excited to be here. I want to thank the Glazer family too for having me the last 9 years. It was an awesome opportunity to work for a great franchise. They are an awesome ownership group. They gave us all the resources to do our jobs well. Proud what we accomplished there, and just grateful to have had the opportunity to work for them. I want to thank some of my mentors that I would not be here without. Tom Heckert, the late Tom Heckert, who believed in me when I was a young scout, young cocky scout, 24 years old, out of Michigan. Thought I knew everything, but he took me under his wing, gave me opportunities, and really that's what, to me, this league is about: finding young people that are hungry, that love the game of football, giving them a chance to pursue their passion, their dreams. Jason Light, my boss the last 9 years at Tampa, believing in me when I was a young scout as well in Philadelphia, giving me an amazing chance to help lead a franchise at a young age, at 35 years old. I worked every day to make him proud. We accomplished a lot together, and I'm just so grateful for him. And then two of my other mentors from the dreaded Denver Broncos, I have to say it though, Matt Russell and John Elway, from my time there. They picked me up when I was kind of at a low in my professional career and gave me an opportunity to kind of revitalize myself, reshape myself, and chase a passion again. My family sitting in the front row here, I'm going to try not to get too choked up. My wife, Kristen, is my rock. She is the strongest person I know. She is an unbelievable mother to these two boys, Jack and Tommy, down here, who I couldn't be more proud of. They're doing awesome right now. They're behaving. They look awesome in silver and black. And they cannot wait for me to shut up so they can go back out and throw balls all over the practice field out there. But you're going to see my wife around a lot. She is going to be a big pillar in this community. We're going to be big pillars in this community. It's important to us to give back. And she's as tough as they come, too. So I promise you, I'm ready for this job, because she's harder on me at home than anybody else is when it comes to football. My mom and my dad, I wish they could be here today. My dad is actually getting hip surgery right now, a hip replacement, so we can get back on the golf course and pickleball. I love you both. I would not be here without your love and support. You showed me what it is to be a parent, to support children, and I think these two are doing so well right now because of the gifts that my mom and dad gave me and the support they gave me growing up. A couple more people here in my high school, Billy Young, one of the winningest coaches in the history of the state of Wisconsin. I learned at a young age what winning looks like, what a great program looks like, what toughness looks like, how to compete. I never forgot it. He's still coaching to this day. He's like 75 years old. Can't give it up, and wins state championships all the time. So, Coach, I hope you're out there watching somewhere. I love you. Thanks for just a guy that loves football, just like you. A couple more here, then I'll turn it over to this guy. My bad. Lloyd Carr and the University of Michigan for giving me a chance to follow my first football dream, to play at the greatest university there is. I know a lot of people disagree with that, but we have the most wins all the time, and I want to argument for that. So I learned about what team is about, what selflessness is about, what toughness is about, what competitive stamina is about, and that's going to be some of the pillars that we talk about and force here. All the scouts that I've worked with throughout my career, I learned so much from you. This is not me sitting up here. I feel like this is us. I learned so much from every person that I was around, from the Eagles to the Browns to the Broncos to the Bucs, and then here. I don't pretend to have all the answers. I met so many wonderful people along the way that I worked great with that helped me get to where I'm at. And then the final thing of the players. To me, this game has always been about the players. I have a love affair of watching this game. I have a love affair of watching players compete. They're the ones that lay it on the line every Sunday, Monday night. My respect for them is immense. And I would not be here without the players that I've been a part on the teams I've been a part of, the Tristan Wirfs of the world, the Peyton Mannings of the world, the Marius Thomases of the world. I mean, I could go on and on. Joe Thomas. I mean, I've been around some of the great players for the last 20 years, and I've got to see what it looks like, what greatness looks like, what competitiveness looks like. I see Max standing back there. He embodies all that stuff that we're talking about. And I just love watching players compete and perform, and I'm so grateful to all the men that competed and laid on the line so I could sit in a spot like this today. And the last thing I want to say before I turn it over to Coach is when I dreamt about having one job, I always wanted to be with a top franchise like the Raiders. I'm not sure I ever got far enough in my dreams as a young kid in Pewaukee, Wisconsin, that I could be sitting up here today with the Raiders. But here I am. There's just some teams where it means a little bit more. There's just some teams where they deserve to be the NFL's better than their freshmen. And to have given that responsibility, that's something I take lightly. But I am extremely honored to be up here with that opportunity out in front of us. And I'm not more excited to get started and to get started with Coach Gerard here. So I appreciate you all. I look forward to getting to know all your names, getting to know you better, talking with you, and build this thing the right way so the Raider Nation can be proud, the former players of the Raiders can be proud, and we can be where some of these teams are now still playing. Thank you all.
This special day. For so many reasons. First one, say I'm so proud to be here, John, and because I knew that first time around with this kid, and so we're gonna celebrate this in a fantastic way. We're going to partner understand. It's so important that our relationship is dynamic and extraordinary and true. And so we will see that in time. So that's just congrats. Being a kid that grew up in the Bay Area, and my dad made me a Niners fan when I was going through the stadium back in the day, back in the Boone Gate Park. And then the Raiders came together. And in the Bay Area, we can take sides and all. But the Raiders got together. I'm just filled with gratitude to be part of this. There's so many elements that made this come together that are so special and so unique. And as you heard them, we'll start out with and the support that we get. My wife Glenna is here. She's been through all this. We've been through every imaginable experience in this game. And she has stood so strong with me and everything in the world. She's been involved with this process all the way throughout. And side by side, we're here. And so we're really excited. Big family, because you mentioned the numbers. I got grandkids, and we had a bunch of them, and we had a whole family to follow this venture that we take. This really begins with the Davis family, and I grew up under Mark's dad, watching this program come together. But I've seen it in such short order, just in this time that we've come together to get to this point. Mark Davis put together an extraordinary group. to make this happen and make this a unique opportunity in the league and a unique opportunity for the Raider Nation and for the fans that follow us. And it's one of a kind. And he's assembled a group to support us. I know that John and I have just been knocked out in leadership that is one of a kind. And you know, Ian Durant is part of this. Nick Milton is part of this. Tom Wayne is part of this. Yeah, but when he figured out how valuable it would be to put Tom Brady in this mix, bring that kind of football background in history, Mark made a great move, and that's it's our job to celebrate that for Mark and to make sure that this comes back to nation has great possibilities, a great future, and the immediate future as well. So I'm my ass off to you guys. I'm so proud that we're doing this together. And, it's going to be unique. What comes. As far as for my opportunities, you know, I've been all over the place. You guys know, I had great chances to start up programs that have faltered in the past. And when we went to USC, it was after the article at the time. And I've been through that. I was a young coach, and some of them have been after my experiences. But had an opportunity to find a philosophy and an approach. And following the New England days, the next stop was USC. And that university was an extraordinary match for me at the time. They were struggling. We put them together. We did something historic there. And based on the philosophy that came out of the university for 27 years, it took me to get to that point in my coaching career. And to me, I look back at the days of Angeles at SC as really the building blocks of the philosophy that we were able to take to Seattle and to carry the mentality and the approach and the design of it and the culture that we established into the NFL to see if it would work. It was really just an experiment in my mind. But in both situations, it just took us a couple of years to get going. And I know it was good. And then expecting to participate.
But then to follow it up with a pick six, you find yourself in a big hole here early. Do they have enough to dig their way out?
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kicks away. Now, here comes a return from the 9.
Create a party chat and go in there.
They've done amazing. They made an amazing statement globally, and I'm so proud to be part of this. We get to represent our following. And here in Las Vegas, in this setting right here, people can't wait to come see us. They can't wait to see what we're all about. Whoever a fan comes on, if you want to fill a stadium up with our guys, I know that we have a good draw for people.
So they come to the line for first down and 10.
Hey, Mark, settle down a little bit.
They'll start this on the ground. It's Williams. 14-0 is our score. We're back in Southern California. In a
few years to get to the very top of the last couple of programs up with. We're starting to hang out for us. We don't have some time. We got maybe spots if you're going to look at that. What we're thinking, we're going to start right now. Get the rock here and build this team as quickly as we can. Instead of we saw Max back there, Max. Then the next play.
play fake. Now Stafford to throw. Taking the deep shot here with Robinson.
When you find yourself in this situation, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
They'll run, and this is Dylan Lowby. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. Here's 2nd and 2.
I think it's a perfect opportunity for us to show you how important it is for this relationship to be
Here's O'Connell. He'll push this one downfield for Bowers. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the bones and forcing third down. Trying to get it to his tight end, Brock Bowers. And it's going to bring up a third down.
Congratulations to both you guys. We look at history between two guys going back, and really excited about the fight going forward.
Trying to pick this one up on the ground. And it looks like he's going to have that first down. He will, not by a whole lot, but he's got it enough. They convert on third down.
In real time from up here, Mike, I couldn't tell whether or not he got it at first glance, but I think after seeing the replays we have up here, it looked like he and his blockers got just enough, and they're going to be able to keep this drive alive.
On first down, it's O'Connell. And that's going to wind up incomplete.
He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
They'll try again here. Second and 10. O'Connell to throw. That's caught. It's the tight end, Brock Bowers. And he'll be stopped short of the first down. He's able to look it in and get forward for a pickup of about 8. Now a third and 2. He'll try to get this one on the ground. And he is going to have the Raiders first down. They're able to convert by plenty on that third and 1. On the bootleg, it's O'Connell. Fighting his way into a work to do now as they come up on second and long. Now O'Connell. They'll look to set up the screen here. This one going to be sniffed out. Blown up in the backfield. What can they do here? This is third and forever. From the gun, it's O'Connell. It's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Christian Roseman. For third and long, trying to pick up the first down to keep the drive going. Instead, the worst result. It goes back the other way, Greg, and the defense scores with a pick six.
Mike, sometimes there's a fine line between being aggressive and being reckless, and I think you find yourself in third and long, you're trying to make a play, but sometimes you just press a little too far, and this time it leads to the turnover and the pick six.
The quarterback position is the position of the team.
The extra point from Carney is good. And the Rams are on the board. It's now 14-7. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. He'll take it in at the goal line. And he'll be out of bounds on the return. And the drive will begin there.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for first and 10. Drive start on the ground. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. They tackle him at the 38, but that run is good enough to pick up the first down. He'll stay on the ground. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. Now the Raiders going to use the first of their timeouts. Clock stops with a little under a minute to go in this second quarter. 2nd down and 8. In motion is Myers. From the pistol, it's O'Connell. Finding Terrace Marshall for the completion. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield.
And now you can see they're really getting in rhythm in this 2-minute drive. Now, after that last completion, Mike, they cross midfield. Now the mindset goes to, all right, we got to come away with some points. You've got a quarterback who's in complete control, and they got to see if they can finish this thing off.
In motion is Myers. Carry now for Lowry. And that'll be a pickup of 3. They face 2nd down and 7. Out of the shotgun, O'Connell. As he throws, it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyway. We do know it'll be 3rd down. The throw is O'Connell. Now a ball deep, middle of the field, to the goal line and in. Touchdown, Vegas. It's his 4th touchdown on the year.
And that was just a great drive. Really from start to finish, Mike, you could see the play caller just really finding his rhythm. Mix in run, mix in pass. Results in the touchdown pass, but really everything they did, the entire possession worked to perfection. You can sustain the drives like that and come away with touchdowns, and that goes a long way towards establishing your identity for the rest of this game.
They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. This taken in at the 8-yard line. Get across the 20, mark them at the 22-yard line.
That's how you're going to see us. That's what I'll be it's not like with a game that goes all the way back to basics of it.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Stafford. Open. He's hit. And the catch of the ball on 3. And the defense.
Oh, damn, Ben's got 3 turnovers.
Something these running back coaches preach all the time, Mike, is you can't sacrifice the ball for additional yardage, and I think we had a case of that going here. I love the effort, I love the fight, but it can't come at the expense of the ball. Everything in football is about protecting the ball itself, and in this case, just a little bit too loose with it. They're able to pop it loose, and that's a big turnover.
On 1st and 10, here's O'Connell. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet it just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. Man in motion here is Tucker. Throwing on second down. O'Connell. Carrying the ball loosely, and it is out. The Rams have it. So we come to halftime in this 2-touchdown game as we send you back east to sunny Florida. Standing by with our EA Sports halftime report, it's the coach, Jonathan Coachman.
Really exciting to have the opportunity to take a look at what, yes, they want to do it again. It's because it's that chase and that pursuit of passion.
All right, Coach. Thank you very much. We welcome you back. It is quarter number 3. Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. And it's a poor kick here. Doesn't even make the landing zone. So that means the ball's going to come out to the 40-yard line.
Getting integrated the process to the line.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. A shotgun snap to Stafford.
Oh, that boy got another pick.
He's intercepted.
Bennett said he want to get MVP.
And he's going to score again.
Boy got 4 turnovers by himself.
The second defensive touchdown he's scored in this game. Carlson's kick is good. And the Raiders will extend this third quarter lead. The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. This just does make it to the landing zone. It's taken at the 20. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10.
My first quarter business is going to be getting a coach there to talk more about the kind of player we want, what it looks like at every position.
Drive begins with a run by Williams. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12.
That's thrown
right side, but incomplete. Byron Williams, the intended receiver there. 3rd down coming up.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. The question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out? This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
No movement from the punt team. They'll line up to go for it on 4th down. And that is not going to work. Incomplete, and they turn it over on down.
Yeah, when you find yourself down big here in the 2nd half, you have to maximize every possession, and that's exactly what the coach tried to do, going for it on 4th down, give yourselves a chance to cut into this big lead, but it's the defense that came through again with a huge stop, and that's going to make their chances of coming back that much more.
Second and a yard. looks to be a first and goal. He'll take this down to the 10-yard line.
Second down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up first down.
Back to him on first down. They'll come up with nothing there. Fortunate just to get back to the line. And that'll set up second and goal.
What makes great linebackers stand out from the pack is their instincts and their vision. In this case, the linebacker has his keys, brings him right where the ball is going, and he's able to make a play at the point of attack and keep this to a no gain.
Blown back in the backfield.
Bouncing off people. You just
They'll be taken down. Let's call it the 7-yard line. And here comes third and goal. They'll look to throw.
Man, come on, bro. Literally.
Picked off by the former Florida State Seminole. And the Rams are going to have it here as they'll start from their own 7.
So you find yourself entering the red zone. Like, it's hard to not start envisioning scoring a touchdown. Well, that interception, it changes everything. This is a huge missed opportunity. You have to capitalize and find a way to hang 6 on the defense.
They'll come up here first and 10. Here's a handoff to Williams. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. Try again. It's second and 10. And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. Didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up third down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Throwing it right into the hands of the
Gotta tackle. You guys.
Good for a Rams first down.
Everything they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
And he's got it to the 35-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. It wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Second and 7.
Celebrating the success that you just had in making yourself back to basics.
Throwing again is Stafford. A toss, left side, caught by his running back. Here's 32.
And once you know how you do it, you freaking battle every day. And you compete and find your way to get better. Everybody needs to be coached up.
They go play action with Steph. Oh, the blitz gets there quickly, and down he goes.
Sometimes you just have to know when the play is over and live to play another down. He has pressure coming right at him, and instead of just throwing the ball away, he tries to escape, he tries to get creative, and he ends up losing a lot more yards than he should have.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. That ball into the hands of Atwell. The drive stays alive. They got 23 yards on 4th down.
I don't think we'll only be as good as the people that we bring into this organization. People in this organization. I think there's a lot of other great people here, but I just haven't met them. I can't wait to meet them.
On 1st down, it's Stafford. He'll let this one go long for Williams. And he's going to be out of bounds, but they're going to mark him inside the 10-yard line. That is a big play for L.A. 38 yards. Now a chance to pay off that big play. They have it 1st and goal. From the gun, here's Stafford. Tackled in at the 2. And a big collision there down near the goal line keeps him out of the end zone. From the 1, 2nd and goal. They'll try to run it with Williams. Good blocking, and he's in. Kyron Williams. Touchdown, L.A. Well, Greg, the light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the 4th quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. They got a 2-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops, and they're going to need a couple things to bounce their way.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback.
People excited.
1st and 10. Man in motion here is Tucker. O'Connell going to throw on 1st and 10. Now he throws back over the middle. It is complete. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
An interesting decision there by the play caller to put this ball in the air. Mike, you're up by 2 scores. Traditional wisdom says, hey, we're up by 2 scores late in the 4th quarter. We've got to keep this clock moving. You don't want to risk an incompletion. Now, they convert. They're able to secure the catch and pick up a fresh set of downs. That's going to enable them to continue to burn more clock. And without a stop, their opponent's not going to get the ball.
And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield.
2-possession lead, 4th quarter. This is the time, Mike, when you really can rely heavily on your run game. Everybody in the stadium knows you're going to run it, including the defense. They just can't come up with an answer to stop it.
O'Connell to throw on 1st down. He's going to let one go, looking for Myers. He is in. Jacoby Myers. Touchdown, Las Vegas. His 2nd catch of the game. And both have gone for touchdowns. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now. I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit. Mike, I think all of us can remember exactly where we were during a certain Super Bowl where throwing the ball this close to the goal line ended up being a disaster. But unlike that time, they ran this pass play to perfection, and the result, 2 points.
And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over.
At the end of the day, we're going to learn anywhere we can how to get there. I don't care if Michigan or Ohio State. I hate being say Ohio State, but you have to respect them. But Our job is to open up, like, be so open-minded where we will literally go anywhere in the country, anywhere in Canada, and
On the ground, this is Williams. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
Just feels like this has been the story of the day for this offense. Just unable to get anything going on the ground, and a big reason they find themselves trailing and another loss of yards.
Yes, we want to draft the result because it's the best way to build.
Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Working out of the gun, Stafford. That's pulled in on the left by the blue. Nice gain here. He's going to be marked down at the 35-yard line.
Thank you, gentlemen. I'll conclude our press conference immediately. We'd like you to share a meal with us in the meal room, right behind the doors there, and thank you everyone for coming. Thank you all.
Here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Stafford. And that is incomplete.
Can't exactly put my finger on it, but it just seems like this entire game, like this passing game and this quarterback specifically, they've just been off. And whether it's missing these big shots downfield like he did there, or just simple underneath layups, there's just something about him today that doesn't look right. And I think it's a big part of the reason they
carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. And this is
Corners get to the ball.
So the biggest thing that stands out here, Mike, is the fact that the defense just continues to pursue to the ball. Every defense focuses on get as many hats to the ball carrier as possible, because if the guy in front of you, he misses the tackle or he falls down, you have to be there to make up for it. And the pursuit to the ball is not only how they're able to get him down, it's ultimately how they're able to take the ball away.
This one into the hands of Marshall. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that any time the team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, the ensuing drive starts with a shot, a deep play in the air to try to seize on some of that momentum. We just saw a great example of it here.
On 1st down, it's O'Connell.
Oh my God, bro. These fumbles, man. Ugh. And stuff like rounds like that should not be fumbles, man. And he didn't have a good angle to hit me like that.
You have to secure the ball as a ball carrier, right? It needs to be put away, properly held, points of pressure, front tip up against your body. All of that is kind of taken for granted. Catching it is just step one. You've got to secure the ball before you become a runner.
They'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. That is a worrisome development here late in the game.
And there's no doubt about that. They've had runners in the now when you look at this division, the AFC West in general, you see the Chiefs going back to Super Bowl for another time.
Stafford now on 2nd down.
That boy got 5 turnovers by himself.
He has been intercepted. Picked up by
Bennett is a monster.
and he's going to be brought down.
Defensive player of the week.
He has given his guys 1st and 10 in the red zone.
Yeah, he done hurt his running back.
You're not getting better. You're getting that spot. So something that you have to do. What are some of the buildings that you think that you need to keep? If you understand, you look at the history, the fact that you have a significant history in the NFL, they also have a success that they talk about the last two.
Try the right side this time. And the Raiders are going to have a first.
Definitely running that back. He's staying in the weak box.
This drive with 6 points. They'll try to run this one in. And this is going to be a touchdown. They are going to extend the lead here in the final minute of play. So the turnover turns into a quick touchdown, and Greg, that's exactly how you want your offense to take care of business.
Anytime your defense can create those sudden change situations, Mike, absolutely, you have to take advantage of it. 1 second, you're sitting on the bench going over your next drive. All of a sudden, after that turnover, you've got to be able to get out on the field and go. Take advantage of the short field, and results in a nice touchdown.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. Oh, nice return, but he takes a big shot.
That boy, the Corey Bennett, bro, like 5 turnovers by himself, like 3 picks.
You don't have to worry about getting us older players days off with some of the coaches that and I've experienced back in the day.
Ball pressed at the 37. It's first and 10.
Here's where the impressive coaches really comes out.
Madden, the national championship team in
Come on,
Michigan.
Hobbs.
Inside the 30. A big run they finally get to.
Oh, man, why are you calling timeouts? That's how you got your running back hurt.
Timeout Rams, that's number 2. The clock stops with 23.
You don't need to, bro. Why are you calling timeouts? You're getting lost. That's how you got your running back hurt. I don't know. Just trying to get my guys up.
Ball down to the 16-yard line, and it's first and 10. A play fake. Now Stafford to throw. To the end zone. It's intercepted. Picked up by Trayvon Merritt. And the Raiders are going to take possession here. It's a touchback. They'll take over at the 20-yard line.
What gun? Guns? I like my Raiders. Damn.
So they come to the line for first down
Who?
and 10. They'll put one of the tight ends.
Your boy's ass?
Now O'Connell. He's going to let one go. Looking for Myers.
And who? What do you mean?
But it is incomplete.
Well, we all know the running joke, right, Mike? If this guy could catch, he'd be playing offense. And, well, I think that's kind of a joke for the past. These defensive players are incredible.
I call people shit, like when I trash talk in regs, that's what I do. But I'm guessing if we matched up in regs.
He's going to dial up another deep ball.
Or if he was just spamming the same thing, maybe. He wasn't adjusting. If he wasn't adjusting, maybe, I don't know. Like usually when people don't adjust, I make. Bro, we not going in there. We not, yeah.
Here we go. One final play. He's going to look downfield once again. And the final throw of the game winds up incomplete. And that will do it.
GG's, bro.
Comes to an end. So this one, a win for the Raiders. They continue to be the hottest team in the NFL. Here in the first couple of months of the season.
Good shit, Aiden.
As they remain unbeaten.
Got a little lackluster at the end. That boy threw 5 picks. Good shit, McCormick.
We'll see how the far this influence, how it carries. But I've always had the mindset, AJT, that a general manager is supposed to listen to the head coach. The head coach says, "Look, I need a cover 2 Tampa 2 cover corner, play the right side." And the general manager goes to the scouting department, finds that guy, and tries to bring him in to make him.
That boy got 4 picks in one game. 4 picks and 1 fumble recovery. 2 pick sixes. The defensive player of the game. That's crazy. Appreciate y'all tuning in, fellas. I'm gonna take a breather. Probably work on some stuff off screen. We'll get back with you.